Yellowfin tuna is one of the most important tuna species in Indonesia. Highly valued for its meat quality, economic value and its important role in the country's seafood export industry. Yellowfin tuna usually lives in tropical and subtropical waters, where there are warm ocean currents. Especially in the western waters of Indonesia, this is an ideal environment for tuna development, with abundant food and warm seawater. In Indonesia, yellowfin tuna is often caught by many methods such as purse seine. This technique helps catch a large number of tuna in one catch and is often used on large fishing vessels. Longline. This is a popular method for catching tuna in offshore waters. Long lines with bait are dropped into the sea, helping to catch large tuna in deeper water. Handline and pole and line. This is a sustainable fishing method and is often used by fishermen to protect the marine environment. Yellowfin tuna contributes greatly to the Indonesian economy, with hundreds of thousands of fishermen and workers depending on the fishing, processing and exporting of tuna. Yellowfin tuna is mainly exported to major markets such as Japan, the United States, and Europe, and is largely used for processing into sashimi, sushi, or canning. The tuna industry in Indonesia is facing many conservation challenges due to overfishing and increasing consumption demand. International organizations and the Indonesian government have proposed many measures to manage and protect this resource, including limiting fishing hours and establishing marine protected areas. With high nutritional value, yellowfin tuna is not only an important food source but also the foundation of the fisheries industry in Indonesia. Indonesian fishermen often use the handline method to catch yellowfin tuna, which is a manual and traditional method that is not only sustainable but also environmentally friendly. This handline method often requires high skills, patience and understanding of the water area as well as the habits of tuna. Handline yellowfin tuna fishing process. Preparing handline tools. Fishing line. Fishing lines are usually durable and have good resistance to deal with the strength of large tuna. Bait. Bait is usually small fish such as anchovies or herring, or artificial bait with attractive colors to attract tuna. Hook. Designed to be sturdy and sharp so that fish cannot escape when biting the bait. Finding tuna areas. Fishermen use their experience and knowledge of water currents, locations of abundant food or the movement of tuna schools to determine fishing locations. They can rely on seabirds such as gulls because they often gather in places where there are schools of small fish that tuna hunt. Dropping line and bait. The fishing line is dropped into the water with the bait attached to the hook. Fishermen usually leave the line about 30 to 50 meters long depending on the depth and location of the tuna. During the baiting process, fishermen hold the line in their hands, directly feeling the movements and pulling force to determine when the fish bites the hook. When the tuna bites the bait, fishermen must react quickly and start pulling the line. Tuna has great strength, so pulling the fish up requires patience and skillful techniques. Fishermen can use the technique of pulling each stroke to tie the fish before pulling it up to the boat, reducing the risk of the fish escaping the hook. Harvesting and preserving fish. After the tuna is pulled up, fishermen will quickly preserve the fish to ensure the quality of fresh meat. Handline boats often have cold storage or use ice to preserve tuna for long periods of time while they are at sea. Advantages of handline method. Sustainable and environmentally friendly, because it uses handline. This method does not cause much harm to unwanted fish and marine life. Maintain high meat quality. Tuna is caught gently, avoiding damage from impact, helping to maintain meat quality. Conservation of fisheries resources. Fishermen only catch small quantities of fish at a time, helping to control the catch and protect the sustainable development of tuna. Handline method is a traditional fishing culture of Indonesia, both preserving marine resources and contributing to the local economy. Despite its many advantages, the handline method for catching yellowfin tuna in Indonesia is not without its challenges and difficulties. Catching yellowfin tuna by hand requires fishermen to be in good health and have good fishing line control techniques. Tuna a large and powerful fish, and keeping the line taut and maintaining the appropriate pull requires patience, endurance, and skill. Risks and difficulties of offshore fishing. Fishermen often have to go far from shore, where the environment is harsh with large waves and unpredictable weather. The work lasts for hours, sometimes all day, in harsh sunlight or rough seas, requiring fishermen to be familiar with the challenges of the open sea. Although handline fishing is a cost-effective method of fishing compared to modern methods, it requires a long time and the tuna catch is not high. Therefore, handline fishermen often face economic difficulties when competing with larger vessels using purse seine or longline. Which are more productive? The price of yellowfin tuna can fluctuate depending on the international market, affecting the income of handline fishermen. When the price of fish is low, they may face financial difficulties due to high costs of going to sea and low yields. The role of government and organizations in supporting handline fishermen. The Indonesian government and marine conservation organizations have taken many actions to support handline fishermen, protect aquatic resources and promote sustainable development, such as the government and organizations regularly organize training courses on sustainable fishing skills, helping fishermen improve their techniques and reduce risks when working at sea. They also support the provision of more efficient handline gear and protective equipment to help fishermen achieve better productivity. International and local organizations promote eco-certification of sustainably caught yellowfin tuna, which helps fishermen access high-end markets and sell their fish for higher prices. The government establishes marine conservation areas to protect juvenile tuna and limits the time of year for fishing. This helps maintain yellowfin tuna stocks and ensures the sustainability of handline fishing. Indonesia cooperates with other countries in the region to sustainably manage yellowfin tuna resources. International organizations also provide funding and technical support so that small-scale fishermen, especially those using handline fishing, can access modern technology to optimize their fishing activities. Handline fishing has become a part of Indonesian culture and tradition, contributing not only to the local economy but also to the protection of the marine environment. By combining support and conservation measures, Indonesia hopes to sustain and develop the yellowfin tuna handline industry, bringing long-term benefits to fishermen and the marine ecosystem. Handline fishing is not only a way of making a living but also a long-standing cultural feature in the Indonesian fishing community, reflected in the values of tradition, perseverance and awareness of protecting marine nature. Handline fishing has been closely associated with the lives of coastal people from generation to generation, giving them a deep sense of the ocean. Handline fishing is passed down from generation to generation, creating a bond between family members and the community. Many families living along the Indonesian coast consider handline fishing a valuable asset, and passing on this skill to the younger generation is an important part of preserving marine culture. Tuna handline fishing requires cooperation and mutual support. From preparing for the sea trip, managing risks to sharing the catch. This helps build solidarity within the fishing community, creating strong relationships between families and fishing villages, promoting ecotourism and traditional experiences. In recent years, many areas have begun to organize eco-tours, allowing visitors to experience handline fishing and learn more about traditional tuna fishing. This not only helps fishermen increase their income but also contributes to promoting culture, creating motivation to protect traditional occupations and the marine environment. Conservation and sustainable development of yellowfin tuna handline fishing. To maintain handline fishing in the context of increasingly strong industrial fishing activities, marine conservation organizations and the Indonesian government have adopted the following measures. Educational programs are organized to raise awareness among fishermen about the importance of protecting marine resources. Fishermen are encouraged to catch only the right size fish and protect juvenile tuna, helping to sustain yellowfin tuna stocks in the long term. Fishing communities are encouraged to participate in conservation programs, such as monitoring and protecting tuna habitats. This helps fishermen become more aware of their responsibility to protect the environment and limit overfishing. Authorities help fishermen find stable outlets for their products by building sustainable tuna brands, helping to increase product value and income. In addition, high-end markets such as Japan, the US and Europe are particularly fond of tuna caught using environmentally friendly methods. The handline fishing industry for yellowfin tuna in Indonesia not only contributes to the economy but also has profound cultural and social values. In the context of the challenges of climate change and the increase in global demand for tuna, the conservation and sustainable development of the handline fishing industry is more important than ever. Measures to support, protect and enhance the value of tuna not only benefit fishermen but also contribute to protecting Indonesia's precious marine resources. Maintaining traditions and ensuring long-term livelihoods for future generations. The future of the handline fishing industry for yellowfin tuna in Indonesia. Looking to the future, the handline fishing industry for yellowfin tuna in Indonesia faces great opportunities and challenges, especially in the context of globalization and the development of modern fishing technologies. For this traditional craft to survive and develop sustainably, there needs to be coordination between the government, non-governmental organizations, fishing communities and international consumer markets. Fishermen can be supported to not only catch but also engage in processing. Packaging and exporting of yellowfin tuna products. Investment in small processing plants and preservation technology can add value to the product, create more jobs and bring higher income to the community. Handline fishing has the potential to become part of experiential tourism programs. Tourists can join fishermen in going out to sea, experience handline fishing techniques and learn about the traditional craft. This will not only help preserve the craft but also increase income from sustainable tourism. The Indonesian government needs to develop financial and technical support policies for handline fishermen. These policies can include preferential loans, fishing insurance, and fuel subsidies, which can help reduce the financial burden and encourage fishermen to stick with traditional handline fishing. Although handline fishing is a traditional method, fishermen can apply technology to optimize performance. Using GPS and weather forecasting applications will help identify areas with high tuna abundance and reduce the time spent at sea. Tracking tools also help fishermen comply with environmental regulations and avoid violating international waters. Developing a market for sustainable yellowfin tuna. International consumer demand for sustainably caught tuna products is growing, especially in Japan, Europe and the United States. Promoting handline tuna as an environmentally friendly product can help expand the market and enhance the brand value of Indonesian fishermen. Indonesia's Handline yellowfin tuna industry is deeply culturally significant and contributes to the development of the local economy. However, to survive in an increasingly industrialized and competitive world, Handline tuna needs support from many sides. Through conservation measures, market development and technical enhancement, the Handline fishery can not only be maintained but also developed sustainably. Benefiting both fishing communities and the marine environment. Close coordination among stakeholders will help the Handline fishery of yellowfin tuna continue to be part of Indonesia's cultural heritage, ensuring the livelihoods of thousands of fishermen and contributing to the country's marine economy. The conservation of the Handline fishery of yellowfin tuna is not only Indonesia's responsibility but also a concern of the international community, as tuna resources are under great pressure from global demand and overfishing. International cooperation and global initiatives help support fishermen and protect sustainable tuna resources. Many international organizations, such as the Marine Stewardship Council, MSC, support sustainable tuna certification programs. If Indonesian Handline fishermen can achieve this certification, their products will have a higher value in the international market, encouraging compliance with sustainable and environmental protection rules. Indonesia has participated in international tuna fisheries management organizations such as the Western and Central Pacific Tuna Commission, WCPFC. These organizations help monitor fishing activities in the region, ensuring that sustainable fishing methods are used and tuna stocks are not depleted. International NGOs such as WWF and USAID have provided funding and technical assistance to Indonesian fishermen, helping them adopt sustainable fishing methods and use marine resource monitoring technology. This support helps enable Handline fishermen to access large markets and develop sustainably. Studies on yellowfin tuna movements and monitoring of marine environmental changes help identify factors that affect tuna stocks. Data shared between countries and international research organizations helps fishermen predict when and where to fish more effectively. While reducing pressure on high-risk areas, encouraging small-scale fishing programs, countries and international organizations are promoting small-scale, environmentally friendly fishing methods such as Handline. This approach not only protects marine resources but also provides stable economic benefits to small fishing communities in Indonesia. The importance of education and community awareness. The protection and development of the yellowfin tuna Handline industry depends heavily on the awareness and consciousness of the fishing community about the value of traditional fishing and the marine environment. Community education programs help fishermen better understand the importance of protecting resources and using sustainable methods. Fishermen are encouraged to avoid catching juveniles and protect spawning areas to maintain long-term resources. Building awareness of traditional values. The fishing community needs to be encouraged to clearly recognize that Handline is not only a profession but also an important part of cultural heritage. This helps them see the difference and value of traditional fishing methods compared to industrial methods. To maintain the tuna Handline industry, it is important to pass on skills to the younger generation. Hands-on and traditional training programs can help